Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt informal resolution number 1. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, by voice vote, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Thank you. The ayes have it, motion carries, and informal resolution number 1 is adopted. And I want to thank you very much for being willing to serve. The Board of Health is a very important board. We appreciate you. Thank you. We are now under communications. Let the journal show that all communications are received as read. We're now under ordinances and formal resolutions for their first reading. Madam Clerk, would you please begin with ordinance number 4?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor or director of public service to execute a professional services contract with Canton LLC to perform detailed design engineering for the Broad Avenue Northwest Area Waterline Replacement Project. Authorizing the auditor to pay all moral obligations for related contract change orders that are otherwise approved by the Board of Control pursuant to Canton Codified Ordinance 105.14, amending the 2025 final budget ordinance and declaring the same to be an emergency. Referred to Finance. Number 5, an ordinance authorizing the mayor or director of public service to execute a 3-year professional services funding contract with Habitat for Humanity, East Central Ohio, in the amount of $150,000 per year for the purpose of garage construction and home rehab within the city of Canton, and declare the same to be an emergency. Referred to Finance, Madam President.
Thank you. We are now under ordinances and formal resolutions for their second reading. Madam Clerk, would you please begin with ordinance number 6?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor or director of public service to enter into a community reinvestment area agreements with Good Feather LLC, Boat Growing Real Estate LLC, and Hillshire Park Electric Company to provide real property tax exemptions and to enter into a job creation and retention tax incentive agreement with Hillshire Park Electric Company for up to 60% of income taxes for a period not to exceed 10 years, and declaring the same to be an emergency. Number 7, an ordinance approving and accepting the replat of lots 22646 and 22647, and declaring the same to be an emergency. Number 8, an ordinance authorizing the mayor or director of public safety to accept $7,500 in grant funds from the USPCA AKC Reunite K-9 grant, and to enter into contract for the purchase of 1 police K-9, amending the 2025 final budget ordinance, and declaring the same to be an emergency. Number 9, an ordinance authorizing the mayor or director of public service to advertise, receive bids, award, and execute all contracts, execute a professional services contract for construction oversight services, and enter into all contracts utilizing any procurement process authorized by law for the Cromer Reservoir Improvement Project. The auditor is authorized to pay all moral obligations for contract change orders that are otherwise approved by the Board of Control pursuant to Canton Codified Ordinance 105.14 within the established dollar amount thresholds, and to receive all owing revenue proceeds and track project expenses, creating the 5242 Cromer Reservoir Improvement Project Fund, and declaring the same to be an emergency. Number 10, a resolution authorizing the mayor or director of public service to apply for, accept, and enter into a water supply revolving loan account on behalf of the city of Canton for planning, design, and/or construction of drinking water facilities, and designating a dedicated repayment source for the loan, and declaring the same to be an emergency. Number 11, an ordinance authorizing the mayor or director of public service to enter into all contracts necessary in order to implement the 2025 summer youth programs, amending the final budget ordinance, and declaring the same to be an emergency. Madam President.
Thank you. Leader Mariel.
Madam President, I move to suspend statutory rules on ordinance number 11.
Second.
It's moved and seconded to suspend the statutory rules on ordinance number 11. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Mariel.
Aye.
Babcock. Geovasis.
Aye.
Crystal Smith.
Aye.
Maley.
Aye.
Kimbrough.
Aye.
Scaglione.
Aye.
Chris Smith.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Cooks.
Aye.
Sacco.
Aye.
Morris.
Aye.
12 yeas, Madam President.
Thank you. Motion carries. You've heard the 3 readings, Leader.
Madam President, I move we adopt ordinance number 11.
Second.
It's moved and seconded that you adopt ordinance number 11. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Mario.
Aye.
Babcock.
Aye.
Geovasis.
Aye.
Crystal Smith.
Aye.
Maley.
Aye.
Kimbrough.
Aye.
Scaglione.
Aye.
Chris Smith. Fisher. Cooks. Sacco. Morris. 12 yeas, Madam President.
Thank you. Motion carries and ordinance 11 has been adopted. We are now in ordinances with formal resolutions for the third final reading and vote. Madam Clerk, would you please begin with ordinance number 12?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor or director of public service to enter into an amendment of the JED TSG contract and declaring the same to be an emergency. Madam President.
Sorry. Leader Barrow.
Madam President, I move to adopt ordinance number 12. Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt ordinance number 12. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Mario.
Aye.
Babcock.
Aye.
Geovasis.
Aye.
Crystal Smith. Maley.
Aye.
Kimbrough. Scaglione.
Aye.
Chris Smith. Fisher. Cooks.
Aye.
Sacco.
Aye.
Morris.
Aye.
12 yeas, Madam President.
Thank you very much. Motion carries and ordinance number 12 is adopted. We are now in announcement of committee meetings. Our next meeting date is April 7th, 2025. Committees will start at 6:45. Finance Committee.
Madam President, Finance Committee at 6:45 on April 6th.
Okay. That seems to be our only committee. We are now under miscellaneous business. Is there any miscellaneous business that someone would like to bring before the body? I always look at you, Member Morris.
Madam President,
Yes, Member Morris.
I would strongly encourage us to have a sit-down with the Rules Committee,
Yes, sir.
take a hard look at our public speaks, limit it to city-related matters only, without an exemption from either the Board of Councilman, President, or Majority Leader to speak of other topics. Apparently, I think we're having a problem with communication where people feel as if we're stomping on their constitutional rights, while we have an executive branch of the federal government right now that is tap dancing and jumping all over everybody's constitutional rights. And I don't see these people calling their U.S. senators. We are the legislative authority, and I don't know how to get it across to these people that we do not have anything to do with Child Protective Services or half of the problems that they have. So I would really encourage us to tighten the reins on what we allow to be spoken on in this chamber without taking away our citizens' right to come in and voice their opinions about our city and what we are doing right or what we may be doing wrong. We're not perfect, just sometimes. But yeah, we're dealing with too much drama outside of what we already have to deal with.
Thank you, Member Morris.
Yes,
Member Chris Smith.
Yes, Madam President, and to Member Morris, that is already a rule. They just need to abide by. I appreciate President Vick and the majority leader, the way they handled it tonight. So thank you so very much. There's going to be a rule change or anything like that. Okay, well, we'll discuss it, but I just want to let you know it's there, and they know what they're supposed to stick to. They just need to stick to it, that's all.
Thank you for your comments, both of you. Does anyone else have anything they would like to say before I recognize?
Madam President, I would just
Yes.
like to reiterate what both members Smith and Member Moore said. The rules are there. People need to abide by them. I don't care what's going on nationally, but that doesn't give people permission to walk in here and act the way that they're acting.
Appreciate your comments. Are there any other comments before I recognize Christian? I recognize you. Would you like to speak?
Thank you. All I was going to say is that the last day to register to vote for the primary is April 7th. So if we could just remind everyone that if they are not already registered to vote, to do so. Thank you.
Thank you for that good public service. And I do want to say that I think sitting down and reviewing our rules to clarify might be helpful, but I agree with control of what we don't. And we do not control the county, and we do not control CPS, we do not control the judges, and we have no say in those matters. And therefore, it is frustrating for everyone, I'm sure them, as well as us, to talk about something that we have no power whatsoever over. So it's a little mystifying. Yes, Member Sacco.
Yeah, maybe we could give copies out to each person, they have to sign off that they've seen these rules. So when they come up here, they can't say that the rules are applied to them. But if they
We've
sign off.
actually done them twice, where we've given out rules.
Okay.
We have, and we've tried. I do want to say, and remember this, and I'm just a lawyer, but freedom of speech is not unlimited, and this council does not even have to have public speaks. I believe in them, and I don't want to eliminate them, but we don't have to. There's no right to speak. The commissioners don't have it. So there's no right to come and speak before us, and there's a little bit of a misunderstanding there about that. But I want our people to be able to come, and Mr. Bowman was a perfect example. He has legitimate questions over something that we control and that we can help. When we talk about CPS and their functioning, we cannot help. There's nothing we can do. So, all right, are there any other further comments under miscellaneous business?
Madam President, move adjourned. Second.
It's been moved and seconded, and clerk will call vote, please.
Merriam, Babcock, Geovasis, Crystal Smith, Bailey, Kimbrough, Scaglione, Chris Smith, Fisher, Cooks, Sacco, Morris.
Absolutely.
12 yeas, Madam President.